My next guest was late for this shooting because, as she said, highway traffic and the TTC in Toronto. Before it's revealed who she is, please subscribe and support the show so we can stay on the air. And Catherine Swift, she belongs to that organization that's underneath the title right now. She's the president of it. But you were late, and I know you didn't start out late, but it seems that everything is getting slowed down. You can't count on people to be on time anymore. And they say it is because the streets, the highways, or buses or transportation is all screwed.
Yep, it's screwed big time. And the problem is, too, it has a terrible impact on the economy overall. It harms our productivity. When you have people sitting in traffic being useless effectively, right, and not doing their job, whatever it may happen to be, and even if you have a job that involves traveling, say a salesperson that is on the road a lot in their cars, well, they spend more time in traffic than they do making sales, and a truck driver, there's another example.
Well, I've also heard about
tons of
trades.
Examples. And the trades, well, of course, because they're moving around.
They can't be on the subway with all their equipment.
No, of course not.
They have to have their cube van or the truck, and it takes them sometimes 3 hours to get to a job. So they say, the job will be an hour, but it's also taking me 7 hours for that 1 hour.
And they usually charge you too, because if they're charging travel time, and I understand it too. It's not their fault. They're sitting in traffic. But I think this is where infrastructure. We have a big geography, relatively small population, right, in Canada for our size, physical size, and our governments. None of them. I mean, there's no one that you can really point to that's that much better than any other. None of them have kept up with infrastructure.
No. When the federal government says no more roads.
Oh, well, well, yeah, but he changed his tune fast. Old Guibo, he's a nutcase, let's face it. He should never be in a cabinet position in any government.
He said he changed it fast. He really means it, though.
Oh, but he lied, because everybody had him on the record saying precisely what he said later he did not say. So, I mean, he was just lying through his teeth. But no, that's absurd. And they want electric vehicles, but they're not going to build more roads. And they also are bringing whacking piles of people into this country, but they don't want more roads. How inconsistent is that kind of thinking?
Or building more houses. And
well, that's a whole other ballgame, is the housing issue.
You need to get rid of some of the municipal rules, and you need to have people building them and getting around. So
but that's the lack of coordination of policy. Policies, if you're not thinking, which this government in Ottawa certainly isn't, you'd say, okay, well, we can't bring in all these people and not expect gridlock without doing something on the housing side, doing something on the infrastructure side, and so on.
Or on the highway side. And all the publications are saying, well, no more highways. And all the greenies are saying, well, we don't want that.
But the problem, too, is transit. I mean, today I was on the roads driving as well as on transit because I tend to park at the edge of the city and then because it's faster. Not today. Transit sucks. So if you want people out of their cars, transit can't suck.
You're absolutely right. And yet we still don't have the emphasis on it. Or, in the country, better roads. Catherine Swift, always fascinating. Even when you're late, you're a terrific guest. Thank you very much. 3 minutes. This show provides independent analysis of the issues. We are not paid by the government. And as I am finding, so much business in Canada relies upon various governments that they don't want to sponsor or advertise on a show which may become controversial, which talks about liberty, freedoms, sometimes criticizes government. I've had guests on that support the government. But people are saying, you know what? We don't want to bite the hand that feeds us, i.e. government, which is why I hope you'll subscribe and contribute to keep this show on the air.